What up, cut up? Welcome to another episode of A Poor Excuse for a Podcast. I am Nathan McDougal, host of A Poor Excuse for a Podcast and author of A Poor Excuse for a Book, a collection of short stories from a relatively unknown author of some mediocre skill. I am the unknown author. The mediocre skills are mine. And I'm with nothing but family today. I have my sister, Natasha, here.
How you doing?
And I have the infamous Cheddar Cheese here.
What's going on?
And introducing J. Poe, the Planet Breaker, as well. Got JJ here as well. And we got a really great episode for you all today. It's called Gunsmoke. And it's exciting and interesting and dangerous and mysterious and a bunch of other adjectives that'll make you come back after the introduction.
Link up, it's a hit, it's an every time we pull up, what's up? We with the shit, and every time we roll up, it's the spliff. A niggas try to hold up, you getting hit, bite. Don't take it personally, this may not work for you. I keep that burner with me, might end up hurting you. Physically, I ate the track. Verbally, I state the facts. Herbally, I smoke the best. Change the game, keep the rest. Money make a mindset. Penny to a dime set. Flip a Michael Kors from a motherfucking time mix. Hustle, that's my name.
Welcome back to A Poor Excuse for a Podcast. Episode 4, man. Very exciting episode today. One of my favorite stories. If you haven't noticed, I say every story is one of my favorite stories, but it's a tradition. Yeah, and it is all true. But today's particular episode is called Gunsmoke. And to do a quick recap of the story, if we flash back, I'm about 14 years old at this point in time, and I'm in high school or about to go into high school, 14 or 15 on the age. And at this particular point in time, I am hanging with two of my older cousins. One is my actual blood cousin on my father's side. The other is my cousin's best friend. His name is Gene. And I'm hanging with them pretty consistently. Me and my homeboy since early childhood, Delvin, are hanging with them pretty consistently. Now, they are flamed up. We're in Preston Taylor, we're in West Nashville, and they're in a gang at this point in time. But we are with them so much that one day that we are all hanging out, we are in Preston Taylor, public housing projects in West Nashville, and someone amongst the group, it's probably about 5 or 6 people in the group aside from the two of us, aside from Delvin and I. So it's Delvin, I, Gene, my cousin Michael, and then about 4 or 5 other guys, including in that. And then somebody amongst that group says that, man, Delvin and Nate around so much, we might as well go ahead and put them down. Which means we might as well induct them into the gang as well. We might as well induct them into the gang as well. Now, when this is said, me and Delvin kind of just look at each other like, oh, wow, didn't expect to hear that this morning. And if anybody knows me or if anybody who watched episode 2 knows Big Reggie, seems like a pretty nice guy. But if you know Big Reggie, he strikes fear into the heart of mortal men. And you don't really want to get caught up in that thunderstorm of
zero tolerance for fuckery.
Yeah, he got zero tolerance for fuckery. That's a really great way to put it.
Seriously.
So now, my Gene, who is my cousin's best friend since childhood, who is like a big brother to me, he knows this, and he has always looked out. He's always been just like the true, in the truest sense of the word, like a big homie, and he's looked out. So he hears this, and he knows like I can't let it go this way, and he says immediately, man, Nate take karate, he'll beat all our ass. Everybody in the group busts out laughing, ha 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 ha. And they never talk about inducting me and Delvin into the gang again. But at the same time, we're never excluded from the group, or it's like, nah, y'all can't come around. So we stay with the gang without having to get pulled into the gang. You know what I mean? Like in that way, and to get put down into a gang is normally you gotta get jumped in or some extra. Like you know what I mean?
Hands
like,
gotta be involved.
Right, violence gotta be involved. Right. So that kind of just sets the tone for the group that we was running with, and kind of like who Gene was as an older person, like a bigger brother, a big cousin, a big homie, kind of like
stand-up guy.
A real stand-up guy, like through and through. And so we are running around with them. I'm running around with Gene. Like, man, we pretty much inseparable. So even when my cousin is not around and Delvin is not around, I'm still with Gene constantly. And just all the time. And one particular time that we're together, and this is where the story of Gunsmoke really takes off. One particular time that we're together, we are in a car, me, Gene, one of the guys from the group, we'll just call him Rod. We are all in a car together. Gene's sister and Gene, and we'll call her Manda, and the sister's friend, who we'll just call,
a friend.
Friend, yeah. We'll call her friend A, because I'm running out of names. And we're all in the car together, and Rod is telling Gene, hey, I know a girl that we can go see in this neighborhood in East Nashville.
Yeah, well, Northeast.
Northeast Nashville. And she has a friend that she wants me to introduce to you. So let's go over there. I'll introduce you to my friend's friend.
Yeah, my friend got a friend for your friend.
My friend got a friend for your friend. It's gonna be a great day. So we are already in a car with 5 people.
Yeah,
and we're in like a 2-door sedan.
2-door sedan.
Yeah, with 5 people already, and we're like, that sounds like a great idea. Let's do it. Yeah. So we all pile up into this car, and we're heading over to meet this friend of a friend. And we pull up to the house, and the homie Rod hops out, and he sees his homegirl, and Gene is driving. I'm in the back with Gene's sister and the sister's friend, and I'm the little homie, so I'm in the back. I think I'm in the back in the middle. The worst position, the lowest position, or the lowest. I'm on the bottom of the totem pole.
Exactly.
But
I can't go left or right.
Right, I can't go left or right. But I'm with our homies, so I'm not complaining. So we pull up to the spot. I might not have been in the middle. I might have had the window seat. Let me give myself a little bit of rank.
Yeah.
I might have had the window seat. And we pull up to the spot, and Gene is driving. Rod hop out, and I look up, and it is a porch full of dudes. It's about 5 dudes sitting on a porch, and now a car with 3 more dudes and 2 girls pull up. And I should have known that that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
But a bunch of dudes sitting on this girl's porch, and me and my homeboys pull up, and then Gene hopped. I mean, I should have mentioned some other things about the gang is they wild. And when I say wild, they off the chain. They're from West Nashville. They're from Preston Taylor, the drive of Preston Taylor. Mm-hmm. They wear red bandanas whenever they wearing bandanas, and they go hard. Yeah. Like they don't.
Young, wild, and reckless.
Young, wild, and reckless is a perfect way to describe them. They really reckless. Yeah. No small, yeah. And they
do it or not.
Yes, they're very lighthearted and fun-loving. They always laughing and they always joking.
But smoke you.
But they go from 0 to 60 super duper fast. And like even when they are engaged in confrontation, they still smiling and laughing. Like they just. Yeah. Go for it. For real. And I'm pause the story right here, and I'm gonna segue to another story because this story not even in the book, so this is behind the scenes story. So I'm actually with Gene on another event. I'm with Gene and Michael at another event, and we are out in the city. We in East Nashville near Lishie Avenue. Yeah. My grandmama had a house not too far from Lishie Avenue. This is in East Nashville. Lishie Avenue is a famous street in Nashville, and we are a few streets over, and we have walked over to a house party, And I don't know what was going on, but this house party is slammed. We're not even in the house. We are just on the street, and there's people everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's crowded. No more. Man, it's super packed out here. And I'm with Gene, Michael. It might be a couple of other people from the crew. And this is when the gang is young and it's not even in its full ganghood yet. Yeah. So this is when they
now. It's like the Warriors.
Yeah.
At the beginning. You know
exactly.
I mean? Yeah.
This is when they just young and wild. And so we out. And we at this little house party, and there's people everywhere. And we out, and we all just kind of standing around. And I'm once again the youngest in the crew, so I'm out with the team. And when people are out like that roaming, trouble is bound to pop up.
Yeah.
And so that happens, and somebody pulls out a gun, points it up in the air, and foul, starts shooting. Now, I hear the gunshots, and I'm like, whoa, I'm ready to break bad. I'm like, I'm about to take off. But Gene sees the person pull the gun out and points it in the air, so he is stress-free. Everybody else takes off running. He says, look at them running. But because he sees everything go down. So that's what I'm saying. Like they laugh in the face of everything. So he's like, look at that, they running.
Knowing he's shooting in the air.
Shooting in the air. Yeah. But then when these person start shooting in the air, he laughed. I'm ready to bolt. I'm like, shit.
I'm trying to get up
out of here.
I'm trying to get on
But then whoever was throwing the house party, I guess a mama was in there. After they done shot, she comes out the house like, what the fuck going on? She started shooting. Then we all strike out. There ain't no more laughing then. But that just goes to show you like how they kind of flirt and laugh with danger, right? Yeah, so that's a flashback to a previous to show you how how they get
what's
down.
going on with this, what's finna happen.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Right. So we pull up. So cut back to this, and we pull up in front of this house. All these dudes sitting on the porch, and they all are within our age range, teenagers from 15 to 17, 18
when
years
you're trying
old.
to show everybody you hard stage.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
When you want to show them you got hands and you ain't scared, and
when you think you want to show that. Right. So and Gene is probably about 2 to 3 years older than me. So I'm about 14, 15. He about 17, 18 at this point. Yeah. Right. And
he was grown. Yeah, that's right. He was grown.
Yeah. And he is and so he hops out the car, and they completely ignore the guys on the porch. They're talking to the homegirl. Yeah. And they're just conversating with her. He's like, oh man, where your homegirl at? Da 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 da. Oh, she finna come up here. And how the homegirl's responding, and this and this and that. And I'm sitting in the car, because I'm in the back of the two-door sedan. I'm on the bottom of the totem pole. I don't even get lit out of the car. And then the guys on the porch are feeling the type of way, so they start making comments. And Gene is wearing a Nike shirt, and on the front of it there is a fork, just nothing but a fork. It's a blue shirt with a silver fork on the front, and on the back it says "Eat Dirt." It's a Nike shirt. And then I hear a dude on the porch say, that nigga got a fork on his shirt. So Rod hears this, and he says, what you say? And then when Rod reacts, then Gene, he said, what did he say? He said, man, nigga got a fork on his shirt. He said, oh, you talking about me? So then Gene looks up to the porch. He said, what you say? And I'm in the car, and I kind of hear it all transpire, but it's happening like fast,
it's happening
quick, fast. And Gene's face never stops smiling. Yeah. He never breaks the smile. So I'm thinking like, maybe it's a friendly conversation that they got going on. And then like they might exchange a few more words. And then the last thing I remember him saying was, okay, when I come back, none of y'all better not be out here. Still smiling, he hops in the driver's seat, and then we pull off. And I was like, this just got real.
Yeah,
this just got really real.
He was laughing because he knew what level it
was. Yeah. And so he pulled off from where we was at, and then we shoot straight back to Preston Taylor, and we hit them projects, and he just rounds up the gang. And he pull up and he tell like, oh man, we was out here, and they said This is nothing even. They haven't did anything. In the reality, all he said was, he got smoke on his shirt.
Yeah.
That's more than enough
to start a war.
To start a war.
Like you should
have minded your business.
You should have minded your business. Stand on that point and shut up. So he tell a few people, they're like, oh shit, let's go on back out there. We pull up on another dude from out west, a West Side veteran, I like to call him. I'm gonna just throw out a name. I'm just call him Bert. And he's sitting in a car with a girl that went to our high school. It's her car. He explains what happened. They like, let's go back out there. Even the girl driving the car is like, okay, let's go back out. Like, and that's kind of how it just was in West Nashville. They were a gang within West Nashville, but the whole West Side was kind of like a big crew within itself. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, you got conflict or confrontation. Okay, let's go. Let's go handle it. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's go show what everybody. Let's go show what it's all about. So now we had this little 1-2-door sedan. Now we are in like 3 or 4 cars full of people, and within the gang there was this rotating. There was one gun. I cannot remember what type of gun it was.
Probably dirty.
It was a. I can't even tell you what type of gun because I can't remember. But we had access to that gun at this point too, and I do remember out of none of the planning that was done beforehand, the one plan that was made was whatever you do not pull out the gun unless it's absolutely necessary. We're just gonna pull up, whoop on these niggas, and then we're gonna smash out. But don't pull out the gun unless you need to. And now I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. I really don't got no say so. I'm unofficially in the gang. I'm not even technically in the gang. I run with the gang, but I'm not in it.
By association.
Right. But I'm like, I agree with this part of the plan. all of this other stuff is probably not a good idea, but this part of the plan I agree with. Let's not pull out the gun unless it's absolutely necessary. That's the best thing I've heard all day.
Right.
Now, he kicks his sister and her homegirl out of the car at that point. And honestly, in retrospect, I could have gotten out of the car too and be like, nah, man, I'm not going to go. Yeah. But, I mean.
Trey. Boys in the hood.
Yeah. But.
I'm good.
I mean, I'm not finna, like. Yeah. To me, at that time, I would have lost all faith and respect. Like, I don't know. It's a Kendrick Lamar song that went, except when I'm with the homies, from his first album. He was like, normally I don't even gang bang except for when I'm with the homies. Yeah. Like, it's just when you are young at that age and when you are surrounded by that testosterone and that competitiveness and that desire to be the strongest and the best.
You feel like the choice that you make will make you more superior in such a way, like, I don't know if it makes sense to you coming from, a man that used to be 14, 15 when it was really wild and we was experimenting with things and trying to fight and gang bang and do all that. Like, it felt like we had to let like,
bagging
I'm
down,
macho.
Yeah, bagging down seemed like so much of a worse idea than making a bad decision. Yeah. Bagging down seems like a dumb idea.
Equivalent to like snitching. Like,
just
if you bag down knowing that he's just another man like you.
Right.
So what are you afraid of? You're afraid of a man, that means you'll tell on somebody, this is not for you. Go back in the house. Go back in the house.
Right. Right.
Please.
So me not getting back in the car, like, never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, like that was
like, even though I was like, this really don't seem like the best idea, but then I was like, we probably done had worst ideas.
Right. So let's go and do it.
What's the worst could happen? Right. We the strongest. Yeah. We from out west. This is the gang. Like, they unstoppable. Yeah. Like,
this is what we do.
That's what. Like, this is what happened. So we pile up into this car. We pile up into these 3 cars, and Gene has a best friend aside from Michael. My cousin is not around. Michael is on another side of town. He goes to another school. Me and Gene go to the same school. Like, I am in his little brother position right now. Yeah. So like, I'm playing the position of his little brother. So I am under his wing. So I am with him. Where he goes, I go. Like, that's kind of how our relationship is at this point in time. And we are practically inseparable. I'm at his house all the time, all of this. So I hop into his back car, hop into the back seat of the car, of the two-door sedan, once again. Rod is in the car with us, I believe. No. I take that back. I might be in the passenger seat of his car. Shit, I don't know. That's a detail that I can't remember. But his best friend is another guy, call him Junebug, and he is in a completely separate car. And they have the gun in their car, right? So we are riding through the city, and I remember this so vividly. we are driving through the city on our way from our hood to this opposing neighborhood, and the music is blaring, and everybody is hyping themselves up for conflict and confrontation. Yeah. And the cars are swerving in and out of lanes. They racing past each other back and forth, and the whole time I'm like, we are racing to a bad time. But if we properly manage it, we can get in and out.
Right. Without injury.
Right? And I'm like, the dudes on the porch is no competition. So we're going to pull up, smash out on them, and it's not going to be no issue. Yeah. Like, so they are not the issue. It's us getting there and getting back without doing nothing stupid. Right. And we're going to be cool. So we driving, and we going, we zoom, and they racing each other, and they swerving their cars, getting close to each other, and bagging away from each other, and and we look over the Junebug, and they bumping their music over there, and then we in the car, we bumping our music, and then I look over, and for those who can't see the dude, you do the arm movements up and down, like you punch in the air. Yeah, the old master feet arm punch. And I look over to the other car, and remember, we only had one rule: do not pull out the gun unless it's absolutely necessary. I look over to the other car, they brandishing the pistol out the window, and I'm like, what is he doing? What the?
Things just got.
They just went. And I'm like the only one who's trying to hold on to his sanity. And I look to Gene to be like the voice of reason. Hey, I'm like, what he doing with the pills? He tripping. He ain't even supposed to pull that out. Gene grin like from one side of his face to the other, and all he say is, "Yeah, they bullshit." When he yanking that car, he like, "Yeah, they bullshit." And I'm like, "Oh, this nigga's mind is gone. He's zoned in. Yeah, he's zoned in. For the action though." And I'm like, "Oh man, it's we all the way into it." But then it's like. For real, energy transfer. I remember this part vividly too. And this album, not because of this beat, but this is almost like the power of music, and this is why music is so powerful. Well, the song that is on at a particular moment is Juvenile's 400 Degrees, and it's the title track, 400 Degrees, which is one of his dopest songs. Damn. And the particular part that comes on, going to put in work, and Juvenile say, how I'm going to be running with these killers and begging down? How I'm going to look in front of my people like a clown? And when he say that, the words just echo, boom, 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 through my head. And when he say, it's like I just randomly catch that part of the song. And when he say that, I'm like, fuck it, it is what it is. Yeah. And then I'm like, let's go. We gonna go. We gonna do it. It's gonna do it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. And we gonna see what happens. Yeah. And so we ride over. I ain't complaining no more. So they got straps out. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So we get over to the other neighborhood. The dudes is still on the porch, and And actually, when Gene first popped up, but before we had left originally, I'm skipping back. Before we had left originally, when he said, none of y'all better not be out here when I get back, one of the dudes had hopped up and ran in the house. Oh, shit. And one of the dudes had hopped up and ran in the house, and the dudes on the porch started kind of like fighting amongst themselves. Who he talking to you? Who he talking to? Nigga, he talking to you. Like, they started like doing that. So I don't know if they thought we were coming back or not, but we pulled back up, skirt, like 3 or 4 cars, skirt. Boom, we all just hop out, boom. Yeah. Nigga hops out with the gun immediately. Yeah, nigga, what up with that shit now? What's up with all that now? He jumping up and down, just strap, let's just straight up, all strap. And I'm like,
he jump out with the shit.
Fuck that, bro, nigga. We're going down out here, nigga. They from out, man. They from out west. It's finna go down out here. You shouldn't have said shit about that fork on that shirt. Should kept your mouth shut. Like,
say nothing to him.
That's what they came back out there with.
The one thing they could have solved it out.
Man.
Don't get out with the gun.
He hop out, gun. What's all that? What? And then so Gene is out the. I'm in the. Now keep in mind, I am in the back because they hop out. They run to the yard. What up? I gotta reach around the damn seat and let myself out.
Cause they done hopped out.
Cause they done hopped out and took off. I gotta reach around the seat, let the seat up, let myself out. Now all the action they going down on the thing. I hop out. I see Gene. His shirt is off. Gene is tall and lean. He looks skinny. Yeah. But he lean and built. So the dude who made the fork comment, I don't know how he cornered this dude, but the dude who made the fork comment, Gene like on him, swinging, like trying to take his head off, just woo. And the dude is like dodging, running, trying to get up out of there. As soon as we pulled up, one of the dudes, I guess the dude who ran in the house originally, he done ran back in the house and this and that. And it's just, they got the yard is in chaos and
everything occupied.
Everything occupied. And the girl that Gene that Rod knew is like, Rod, why is you doing this? She done threw a house phone at him and shattered her house phone. And it's just like just going down. And I done got out the car and I'm like, man, I'm just watching. I ain't running into the yard. I'm just watching. And then somebody else from out west is just looking too. And I look over at him. He like, man, these niggas crazy, ain't they? And I'm like, yup. And lean on the car. And we just watching everything go down. And then right there when I'm like, oh, we got it. It's cool. I know we ain't really finna hurt nobody. Yeah, so he just gonna rough them up. And then it's gonna be that on that. And then right when I'm like, oh, we got it. And it'll be that on that. And it'll be done. Behind me, cars pull up. Skirt! Brakes just peel off and screech. I look back. Some more dudes jump out the car from the neighborhood that we're in.
Oh.
And then
she just got serious.
The only thing I hear is, don't run now. And they pull out straps, but they got more than one. Everybody got a strap. And they are like, just across a 2-lane street. That's how far they are from me.
So and I'm super close.
Yeah, they're like super close. And I am on the car. I'm leaning on the car.
In between the chaos and the smoker.
And the smoker.
Oh my God.
So he
turned the grid.
One dude hop out like Yosemite Sam with 2 guns in his hand. And I'm like, damn, I did not see this coming.
Yeah.
Caught me snowbirding.
Damn.
And he let them motherfuckers ride. And he started shooting. And I remember seeing the Gunsmoke from the barrel of his gun pop off in the white smoke, poof, from the gun. And I was like, shit, I gotta get up out of here.
It's over with. I got to go.
And I struck out running. I couldn't get in that damn 2-door sedan. It was over with.
Yeah.
I just dived into the nearest car, which was the girl's car that volunteered to drive.
Yeah.
And I'm on somebody's lap at this point. I'm like, I hop in. I'm just like on somebody with the door, like trying to close the door behind me.
You ain't so you ain't no goddamn shots.
You hear them shots? I got to close over. And I'm like, man, this nigga better not shoot me in my spinal cord while I'm trying to make my escape and I be I was like, man, I'm finna get shot in the back and be paralyzed from the waist down. I'm gonna be so upset. And they smash out and Gene smash out in front of us. And then some of us don't even get in cars. They running down the street. They not even in cars. They running down the street. But check this out. They still smiling and laughing
the whole time.
They running with no shirt on.
This is crazy.
Running with no shirt on, still laughing.
That they got away.
And then we get a little bit further down the hill, and he like, fuck whoever had the gun at that time. He like, fuck that shit, nigga. Fact. Shoot the gun in the air. Hop in the car. I'm still in the car that I was in. And then we smash on out again to like get further away from the whole scene. It's complete and total chaos. They like, what is Nathan doing in this car? You're not gonna get in the car with Gene and them. I wear glasses. And back then I never wore my glasses when I was supposed to. I can't see nothing. I'm blind as a bat. And I'm like, where they at? They like, they right over there. I'm like, I don't see nobody. Where they at? They right over there. Why don't you get out you and see them? And by now we are on Jefferson Street in Nashville. That's another famous street in Nashville. Right, because it's TSU homecoming in Nashville right now. So Jefferson Street is crazy packed in the city. So we are on that street, but we are on the higher end. We are up there where your mama live at, further up, about where
Trinity Lane and stuff is.
Yes, yeah. So we up there, and they like, why don't you get out you and see him? And I'm like, man, I don't see nobody. So I hop out. I don't see Gene. So shit, I do the only thing I can think to do, and I just walk over to the sidewalk and act like I don't got nothing to do with nothing.
Just
walking on and start strolling like I don't know nothing about nothing. And then I just walk to a store, look at the payphone, and I'm like, man, shit, I could call Big Reggie, but shit. I'm not finna call him right now.
Hell no. Sit your dumb ass down.
So I just
don't call me Reggie. Don't call Troy neither. Call Tyrone if anybody.
Man, I don't call nobody.
You gonna tell me Reggie before he come.
I walk back out to the street. I asked somebody which way is TSU because Preston Taylor sits right next to Tennessee State University. And then they say, oh, it's that way. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to walk back to the projects. Yeah. And then I just start strolling. And then I'm strolling for probably about 10 or 15 minutes. And then I'm walking. And then I hear somebody say, Nathan. And then I look up. And then Gene peek his head up from the backseat of the car. Come on, get in here. And I run over to the car. And he like, I don't even remember what he say. And then one of the people that was with us got separated and didn't get into a car at all and was not accounted for. So another girl from the neighborhood who was not with us at all had brought Gene back to find, because so basically two people was missing. Me and another guy had brought Gene back to find the two of us. So he finds me walking on Jefferson Street, which they probably told me, we let him out over here. And then she was like, we finna go back through the neighborhood. So she was like, y'all need to get down so they don't see y'all. So now me and Gene is in the back seat of this car, like ducked super low, like trying not to be seen, like crooked all the way down, like super duper low, like right through where we was just at. And like really there's police out there. Yeah, really like can't be seen. We just came through here.
Back in the day, so I know that I was fishbowl.
Yeah, so we're in the back seat and the girl that's driving like, why would y'all do something so stupid? I don't understand why y'all do something. That was just stupid, Gene. And he was like, I know, man, I know. And I was like, man, when I was telling you that should have been.
Yeah.
But
I was trying to be your voice of reason.
right.
Too.
He was like, man, I know. And I mean, Gene was a really smart dude, and like I said, really stand up guy. So I mean, he knows when things are out of whack and what have you. And he was never like too big to be like I was wrong or what have you. And so we go through. We don't end up finding the other guy at that point, but he does pop back up. And I think they had like jumped him, but he was really no worse for wear. No one died or anything. Yeah. Thank goodness. So in the end, there was no true bloodshed or anything like that.
There wasn't no tragic.
Right. And it could have been, but thank goodness it wasn't.
My question to you though, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Because I've been in certain situations where, you know, Gunsmoke erupts.
Yeah.
But you pulling up to a scene where you know it was going to be chaos and you don't decide to indulge and you just right there like, damn, these fools crazy.
Yeah.
But behind you turn around, there's somebody, they don't give a damn who outside.
Right.
They just hop out, boom,
Right.
boom, boom, boom,
Right.
boom. Like,
Right.
the first thing that come to your head had to be like, I can't die like this.
Right.
Like, this could, like, what was really like when you seen them hop out, did you immediately, like, just be like, is this nigga finna shoot? Or it's like, nah, I can't die like this. Let me get on down now.
Man, the first when he hopped out of that car, I think the story starts with I used to think that I would die young. And like for real, I used to be
Not past
convinced.
23.
Yeah, I used to be convinced that I would die like before 23, and I don't know if it was just like a lot of movies that had come out at a certain age, like Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society.
That's the kind of picture that they put into your
Yeah, like
I still feel like it's sometimes I ain't gonna lie.
And like you hear on the news, like wrong place, wrong time, gone too soon.
Yeah.
And like for a long time, like I really used to think like that would be my story. It just felt like that's how things would go down. And when he hopped out of that car with them, with that strap and that must start blazing off, to be honest with you, man, my mind didn't even think of shit. I think I just went into survival mode.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, get out the way.
Because that's really what the first thing your
Full
body
on
do.
jungle.
Because
even
if you would have had
full on jungle mode.
if you would have had a gun or not, like even if you would have had a strap, bro, like you still would have. Your first instinct would have been covered.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
covered.
yeah.
Because once you got covered, now you can
something.
you can get back ready. Like, hold on, what's finna happen?
Yeah, because I was like, I was exposed.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like you, butt naked.
he was.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was head like,
and like even now, I'd be like, how did he miss? Like he was super duper close. He was He was across the street.
Yeah, he probably wasn't aiming to.
And and a lot of like, a lot of times people don't be really wanting to. You know what I mean? Like,
Intended
trying
to.
Right.
They want to scare you, but if you run in front of that bullet, you know what I'm saying?
Or if it bounces off something, they
he
gonna
sure hollered out, don't run now. And to think that all of that stuff transpired because somebody said he got a fork on his shirt.
Yeah.
And if from there, that
got led to that.
that was that lit the fuse to the dynamite.
Yeah, to the don't
To-
run there. That's the
to-
fucking
to-
bomb right
don't-
there.
exactly.
That's a bomb, nigga. You can jump out. I'm on the car like this, and I hear niggas say, don't run there.
That's exactly what happened.
I'm completely exposed, bro. I don't got no gun on me. I'm 15. You feel me? I got to get on up out of here.
Yeah.
Somebody got to live to tell this story.
Right,
Man.
man.
Get on down.
But that's so we get back to the projects, and now Jean's mama is there, so we got to tell her everything that done happened. Her car got bullet holes in it. Her car got bullet holes by the driver's side door and by the gas tank. And she is hot. Yeah. She is super hot. And she's sitting on the porch. She's super duper mad. She like, you got Nathan damn out here and damn near done got shot and da 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 da.
Oh man, once older people start talking like that, that's how the message get delivered to the parents.
Yeah.
Nathan out here running the video and almost got his ass shot. Like
he's gonna call your daddy and da 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 da. And I remember so clear. So I go into the house and I call Big Reg, and you know how young niggas get down. Dad, what you doing?
Yeah, what Big Reg is
Man, I was with Gene, and we went by this girl house, and we got to arguing with some dudes, and they got to shooting at us. I conveniently left out that they said something. We went back to the projects, got 3 carloads of people, went back over there with our own guns, tried to punch their faces in. Then we all got to shooting. I left all of that out, and he just said, I'm finna come and get you. And then I was like, all right. So I left all the extra stuff out. And I'm coming back to Big Ridge in a second there. So I tell him, and then I go back out onto the porch, and Gene Mama is smoking a cigarette. And I didn't realize how even frazzled I was, how shook up I was. She's smoking a cigarette, and the secondhand smoke hits my lungs, and the nicotine hits my nerves, and I start to calm down. And I was like, damn, I was shook. Yeah. Because her nicotine from her secondhand smoke started to calm me down.
Yeah, you was spooked.
Man.
Then you was pumping adrenaline like on 20.
Yeah, I know you don't even think super fast.
Honestly, man, and I say this from experience because I grew up under Big Reg firsthand, so I don't think it was necessarily the situation that had you spooked. The situation cranked your adrenaline.
Right.
So your adrenaline pumping.
Right.
But when you had to call Big Reg, bruh, listen.
I'm scared to get shot at.
I am 29 years old. I do a lot of stuff because I'm grown and I want to, but I'm not going around Big Reg or Troy Wade while I'm under the influence.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
I can't do it. I don't even feel comfortable. I'm spooked. I'm thinking they gonna peep or say something.
Yeah.
Your eyes red. You been smoking that shit or something. I'm like, damn, man.
Don't nobody want them problems, man.
You smell like that
None
shit.
whatsoever.
I don't smell like nothing. Cologne. Let's get
Nobody
a
want them
beer.
problems.
That's funny.
Everybody know that. So I
And
think you was more afraid of that phone call.
And you know what's hilarious that you say that? I wrote this out, and everything before I got in the book, it went onto the blog. And then I wrote this and put it onto the blog. Big Reggie don't know none of these details of the story.
Man.
He calls me. He was like, I read your story about the thing with Gene. I'm like, I'm 35 with 2 kids. Married with 2 kids. I got a house, a mortgage. I graduated from college.
Yeah, nervous.
I'm shook on the phone. I needed a cigarette. What'd you say, Dad? Huh?
Man, I swear the connection is gonna
Exactly.
right now.
Oh, you did? Oh, you did?
Did you like it?
Yeah, exactly. And then he was like, oh man, he was and then he just started talking to the story, and he didn't have, I didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Long story short. And
Man, I was being spooked, boy.
Yeah, I was still
The whole
spooked.
time, I was being spooked.
And he just, we just spoke about it for a minute, but
Man, he called you 10 years later after the fact. That goes to show nothing you do will get away. Because they gonna find, if you live long enough, you gonna tell them yourself.
yeah,
You feel me?
yeah, he called. And he was like, I read your story, and I was like, oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Well, what'd you think? But so that pretty much is Gunsmoke in a nutshell, and a lot of it has to do with my big brother Gene, and unfortunately years later, probably about 10 years after the events of this, Gene actually passed away. So unfortunately he's no longer with us. He was really and truly a big homie and an OG, and one of the few guys that I looked up to, and man, just got a lot of love for him. And Just, I mean, there's nothing I can really say that goes to show like how much I appreciated and admired him. He was a really, really, really great guy. So I definitely want to make sure I take the time out and put that part in there as well. But actually, man, when me and my dad talked, we talked a bit about Gene, and when he passed away, me and my dad attended his funeral, and at one point his mom asked for all of her additional sons to stand up, all of the guys that Gene had brought into her life to basically stand up. And all of these guys stood up, and my dad was like, I didn't realize like that was the game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so he didn't
put two and two together.
Yeah, he didn't put two and two together until he read the story. So that's one of the things that we had started talking about.
It's crazy, because a lot of people don't know me and Cheese brothers, and a lot of people don't. Yeah, and they would get themselves in so much trouble like that. But that's a different podcast, different story. But a lot of people don't know this, but like y'all had a lot of influence on me and my decision making growing up. Cause I'm young, watching y'all rip and run. Y'all was going to stadium in, Ramada in. Y'all come back late night talking about, man, we got to fight with this nigga. Boy, I'm gonna storm his ass out there, hold the nigga. You feel me? Y'all going to Murfreesboro, y'all doing y'all thing, kicking, partying, fighting, beating people up. Like, it's sort of kind of like, just what I'm seeing. So when people see y'all today, like the younger cousins or Isaiah, like, cause Isaiah like be playing with Tony all the time, and he be like, bro, why you don't never be playing with Tony, but you'll mess with me? Yeah, I'm like, certain sides of the yard you stay out of. Yeah, like, I know what's going on over there. You thinking it's a game cause he got kids and he wears slides and button his shirt all the way up to the top. Man, he'll fuck you up. Like, quit playing with him. Like, he'll really beat you up, bro. Like, don't do that. Like, it's so. I say it a lot, bro, but like I look up to y'all in so many different ways, bro, because I watched y'all come from that and from the environment. We were poor as hell, like, everybody done lived with somebody at one point in time, we really had to get it in and stick together.
Really grew up as brothers.
We ain't no cousin.
We straight in the same house, eat the same dinner, the same breakfast.
So I watch y'all go from that to what y'all are now. That don't do nothing but motivate me more to do the same thing, because I ain't gonna lie, when I ventured off. Like, I went down the valley and turned a couple turns and got lost. It was pretty dark. But I came back. You did. You know what I mean? You did. Came home. And that was pretty get rich. But nah, though, man, it's crazy how life will do you, man, because certain situations, like, because the other podcast y'all was talking about, like, hut life. Yeah. Then jungle life. Yep. Like, man, that shit, like, it seemed like it just fit into, like, this puzzle that I'm putting together in my brain. I'm trying to unlock the full potential. So I'm trying to get on some. Y'all ever see that movie, Lucy, I think? Yeah. Unlocking, I'm on that type of shit. I'm trying to figure out how to do some shit without doing shit. Right. So, I'm like, damn, like, these dudes can do this and this and that. So I feel like I can do this and this and that. You know what I mean?
You definitely can, though.
It's just how you carry yourself, how you choose to cut on your jungle life and your hut life. Yeah, because I can go to work and be like, fuck y'all motherfucking crackers. I hate y'all so much. Like an angry, violent. Yeah. Why though? Yeah. That's more, I mean, it's a jungle life, man. But it's not necessarily the jungle life. Right. You know what I mean? Right. The jungle life, when you say that, I feel like you were saying more to you and your wife and kids at Kroger's. Right. Somebody pull up, grab a purse or something, and you had to, you feel me, blam them. Right. In front of the babies. Right. It's no hesitation. Right. You know what I mean? Right. But if you at work and some Brad piss you off, right. You want to smack the shit out of them, but you can't because we at work. Right. So you got to contain the jungle in you, but at the same time, you got to have it in you.
And it's a matter of taking that, wanting to slap him and taking that into a different approach and taking that into a different lane. And you can't physically accost everyone, right. So you got to take that into it seemed like an odd thing to say, but you got to take it into and refocus that energy and throw it into this, and then you got to outshine him here, and you got to take it over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know exactly what
you got to refocus that energy, and the number one thing is it's chess. It's not checkers.
Yeah, right.
Slapping him is checkers. It feel like a win, but it's not really
it's
a win.
Temporary win.
Right.
Shorty taught us that when we was little on the field, because we used to try. Little boys, testosterone built up.
Right.
We trying to fight. No, take that out on the field.
Right.
Go out there and do the play good. That's how you get them back. Go score a touchdown.
Right.
That's how you get them back. So it's smacking Bradley. Right. You want that promotion? Okay, get one.
Right.
Get my app for the promotion. Promotion goes to Jeffrey McDougal instead of Bradley.
Right.
How you get it?
Right.
Yeah, ride them things. Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to beat you up, so I'm gonna just take what you want.
That's how you survive in the jungle. That, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how you make your hut bigger. You know what I mean? And that's how you dominate the jungle as opposed to just running wild in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, I was running wild in the jungle.
I remember.
I
Like,
just
you don't get no sleep.
All warfare is not violent. You know what I mean?
No.
You got to stay militant minded. Though, you feel me? Everything you do though.
I was telling Isaiah, bro, I learned this 3 years ago about life. When I was ripping and running the streets and trying to, you feel me, do what I was doing and trying to do this and be this person and all that. Yeah. I was taking the wrong approach. I was trying to be 90% physical with the shit. The streets is 90% mental. Yeah. This is all a thinking game. You only have to get physical 10% of the time you in the streets. Just say you go to jail.
Everybody else.
Just say you go to jail and you gang banging. The rival gang might be in there. Y'all might be cool one day. Y'all might trade chips, play on spades together, bet, gamble, make some money and everything. The next day he might be pissed off. He in jail. Now he want a problem. You the ops. Friends or not. Yeah. He want to fall in with you. Yeah. We can be friends after this, but I got to get this out. Let's fight. Yeah. So now you got to be physical. Yeah. But you're not doing it every single day. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So when you out in the streets, you ain't shooting nobody every single day. Bro. Right. Yeah, like niggas say they is, but they not. They might shoot at a nigga 2-3 times a week. Right. To a normal person, that's every fucking day because they not shooting nobody.
And even that's excessive.
You feel me? That's a lot. Like you want somebody top, like three times a week. Right.
You ain't sleeping at all.
Boy, hey, you better be shooting back or something, boy. He wants you.
And let me go real quick to Tasha. And let me get your take on all of this because I don't know what you would have seen, heard, experienced, because as your older brother, this particular thing, I think would have been pretty far removed from you.
Absolutely. Because I don't even remember Preston Taylor like that, honestly. So, and then just growing up and looking up to you as not only an older brother, but as an influencer and a role model, you know, I would never in a million years would have thought you would have put yourself in this horrible situation. Like, because to me, it's like, well, Nathan wouldn't do anything like that. He's, you know what I mean? Like, I would never associate you. Not that Gene was a bad person or anything, because he did look out for you. Yeah. But you knew that you shouldn't have been where you were. You did it anyway. Right. That shouldn't have been something that...
You don't think that that's him.
I wouldn't expect that from somebody like him, just because of how I see him as an individual. So when I first read the story, it blew my mind, like, wow. Yeah. And then I started to wonder, like, what all don't I know about the people in my life personally? Yeah. And then that kind of just, like, I'm not going to say it shook me, but it just, like, made me think, like... I mean, what? So maybe I was shielded from the story out of protection or being worried, because you had said you were 14, 15. That would have made me what? Like, how old would I have been?
I'm 35 now. How old are you?
24.
Okay, so I'm 11 years old.
Okay, so that would have been, I would have been a baby still.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have understood
trying
it.
To change the memory, like,
I wouldn't have
generational memory.
Yeah, I wouldn't have tried to remember it anyway, honestly, if I was that little. But they wouldn't have told me when I got a little bit older. They wouldn't have mentioned it. I wouldn't have known why. If you did get in trouble that night, which I'm pretty sure you did, I wouldn't have known why. And I
didn't get in trouble because I portrayed no wrongdoing.
Yeah.
I played it like
you
played it like
you gotta be a
wrong
wolf
time.
in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
Like you have to. Listen, Tasha, the finesse you can't look. You
I was not gonna go tell Big Reggie. Yeah,
I'm not
I
saying
completely
it like
put myself
that,
in harm's
but at the
way.
same time,
We
it's like
left
he
Big
should've
Reggie and went
known.
back.
Yeah,
At the same time,
did,
I
boy.
feel like Daddy should have had that same mentality. Like, why would Nathan put himself in a situation where he gonna get in a conflict? I mean, just.
But Tasha, I ain't gonna lie,
the
you gotta
scenery
think
of
though.
it. Just, I mean, that's why I'm saying I don't know.
Nobody's
Like,
thinking that. You gotta think. Well, my friend, look how many. Like, okay, just for example, a couple of my friends you have met. You're not thinking. Whatever that is that they do, I'm pretty sure you're wrong. Whatever you think that they do the complete opposite. So if you think they nice, gullible, nice, friendly guys, they have to portray that. You can't walk around with the Viking horns on
you
and
can't
your
walk
axe
around with the
blood still
with the
dripping
mask
off blood
all
and
day.
swinging across the yard.
Well,
Can't walk around like that.
I think
You gotta be able to adapt.
a big part of it is as a young man, especially from 14 to 18, you never think that you're going to lose. So when we leave that neighborhood, go back out west, we gather up all these people. No one that we talk to ever assumes that we're going to lose when we go back.
Right.
When we hop back in that car and we go back, losing to this neighborhood never occurs to anybody.
Yeah.
Those other cars coming up, that never occurred. Them being able to call in the cavalry never occurred to any of us.
That's what I explained to my little brother Isaiah.
Yeah.
I was thinking physically.
Yeah.
They was thinking physically.
Yeah.
They seen 5 dudes on the porch. We finna go get 3 cars worth of people.
Yeah.
We outnumber them.
We
We
outnumber
win
them.
automatically.
We win.
Let's go do this.
Right.
We not
There's
thinking
no way-
we finna pull up in somebody else's neighborhood.
Right.
It's a million other
They have a
cars
whole
over here.
building,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah. It just you kind of just assume that you're going to win.
Yeah.
That's just kind
I
of
think
Somebody
that's
was
like how
thinking
naive
mentally.
minds work.
That's
because
the
you don't-
misconception.
You don't come into a battlefield,
Thinking about the loss.
exactly. You come
Right.
in prepared to win, regardless of the territory that you're in. You
Right.
come out victorious, regardless.
right.
Right.
Even though, like you said, there's a million other doors in this exact
Yes.
neighborhood where y'all
Right.
are fighting.
All be on
that
their
could
side.
easily
Right.
come out and just turn.
In retrospect, yes, that's a very bad idea to
Yeah,
go
like-
into their neighborhood.
That's what I said. If somebody
Like,
thinking mentally, somebody
that's
would've-
like somebody
it would've
coming
been a
into
plan.
Preston Taylor.
Trying to
And
start
thinking
beef.
they
That's
get up out of
it's
there.
suicide. Like so.
Especially going around the drive.
Not on. Ooh, not on.
Well,
Ooh.
one way all the way through.
When they pull through Indiana, and you start smoking somebody up there,
Yeah.
and you think you finna just hear them and zoom out. No, they finna cut through and be waiting at the bottom of Georgia Court for your grease ass, and you finna get fired up.
But
Like,
you never. But that
you're not thinking about
You're
that
not
when
thinking
you go
about that.
do it.
especially when you between the ages of 14
Yeah,
to
of
18.
course. You're never thinking about the end result.
That-
See,
that-
now we do.
Yeah, that
But, yeah.
doesn't occur to you. So me, then, I mean, that just. Why would you put yourself in such a situation? I never didn't even see that as the situation.
Yeah.
I assume my team is the strongest team. Like,
We will be victorious.
That blows my
Like,
mind.
No matter
every
what,
time.
Yeah.
No matter what, we gonna come out.
And then you gotta
Yeah.
think, Tasha, we young, so like, and I can relate to that a lot, cause like back when we was living on North Nashville, me, Peanut, Corey, man, we'll mob up with Nick Quintez, no RP Quintez, man. We was kids, like 14, 15. We'd go to these parties, like these house parties. Man, look, we about 20, 25 deep. I don't care who you is or what you talking about. We gonna beat you. That's how we just thinking, not knowing all these parties we going to are on other people's turf. Like,
Yeah.
we not thinking about the end game. We got probably about 2-3 straps amongst the 20 guys.
Yeah.
That's not enough, but like, we really think we invincible.
Yeah.
25 people, that's 50 feet.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of stomping. That's a
Yeah.
lot of whooping on. So we think, and we can scrap too. So
Yeah.
we thinking you feel me? Like, but the whole time we was just a recipe for disaster. Somebody was gonna die if somebody really actually aimed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it popped off. But man, luckily, God walked with us. But man, we used to do some regular stuff. You don't think about this stuff when you're young.
Yeah.
The people who think like this while they're young are other type of people.
Yeah.
CIA agents, FBI directors type
Yeah.
dudes. Like,
2 or 3 steps ahead.
Yeah, they on some next level type stuff. That's crazy, man.
What you got any takeaway cheese? You got any takeaways or your thoughts on it?
Y'all was wild for going back over there, bro.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of
And I done done
that
some
the
stupid
kind
stuff in my day.
the whole
Man, that was
situation
wild,
shouldn't have
boy.
blown out of proportion the way that it did.
Nah,
I
but the
it's
reason
just-
it did though, it was one thing that I do take from it though. It's like it's a pride thing too though. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You go in somebody else's neighborhood, you a young man, you got a female in front of you. You feel me? You gotta think it's animalistic.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yes.
Everything you doing anyways. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like a mating session, and I'm an alpha male,
Yeah.
and I'm getting barked at by a beta male, and he got omegas with him. You feel
Yeah.
me? It's finna go down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know I can.
Not
whoop-
Omegas.
I know for a fact that not in that sense, but
Yeah.
I know I can whoop every nigga on this porch, and then I got people with me that
Yeah.
can, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
back me up in
Yeah.
case other people jump off that
Yeah.
porch. Oh, nigga, it's finna be a show.
Yeah.
I know what time it is.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then the fact that you trying to make fun of me, and you know what I mean, I'm doing my mating ritual,
Yeah.
and you make fun of me, and
Yeah.
then a female kind of back like, damn, you gonna let them talk to you like that? Also,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a pride thing.
And,
I got to
and
come
also
back.
like these guys are like conquerors. Like
Yeah.
they don't take L's. Like
Yeah.
they whoop people. Like
I'm not
This
gonna
is
stand by.
this is a sport.
yeah.
This is what we do for
yeah,
fun.
that's what that's what they
Like I woke up to beat your ass.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. They
type of
seek out
people.
confrontation
Like,
and conflict.
seriously, like, that's crazy.
And they are amused by it. So
It's funny to them.
yeah, so for them it was like another day in the jungle. Like, you just made yourself prey. Congratulations, you just
That's
made
why
it.
Rod said what you say.
Yeah.
Because he was waiting on somebody to
Yeah.
say something. They
Oh,
could have
yeah.
easily
That's
walked
a- that's
somewhere
a-
else.
that's
a
mean
They
ass
could have walked
300
back to the
moments.
car and talked to the girls.
Yeah.
They decided to stand in front of these dudes
Yeah.
on their turf.
Yeah.
A girl they probably see every day, probably want to talk to.
Yeah.
Talk to some outsiders.
Yeah.
They ain't even from over here and y'all
Yeah.
talking to them. Oh, nah.
Yeah.
Nigga got a fork on his shirt. I don't know why you said
Exactly.
that. You let the power of the
Yeah.
booty thing
Yeah.
cause you to self-destruct. Like, why?
Walk on his shirt.
Why would you say that?
But
Mind your business.
that'll make you like when you put yourself in the mindset of a 17, 18-year-old young man, you feel me? The hormones raising out of control, bro. You don't know how to control it neither.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
The fact that he said it's a fork is so small. Like
Yeah.
now, a nigga be like,
So
dude, you got a fork
insignificant.
on your shirt.
Yeah.
Now I'd be like, oh man, damn, appreciate the compliment, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? On some
Yeah.
shit now, my
Yeah,
nigga,
I'm
you feel
in.
me?
I would have
Yeah.
responded like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like what? What's your point? Like,
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
The fact that nigga took that as disrespect,
Right.
Like
Not only disrespect, but he said none of y'all better not be out here when I get back.
Whoever else with him.
Those were his key words. None of y'all better not be out here when I get back.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that they was
damn.
out there.
He put
Yeah.
a period.
Man's
on
like,
it.
man, you disrespecting
Yeah.
me.
Right.
I told y'all not to be out here. When I pulled up to you shit out
He
here.
pulled up with
Alright,
the
what's
shit.
happening? Let's do this.
Yeah.
He pulled
Yeah,
up
that's
straight
wild. But I don't know though, bro. Like, not only in front of like girls, but I say that work like with human, like just like family too. Cause
Yeah.
I know that time we was at prayer, and I had words with let's make up a name. Skinny Tyrone. Skinny Tyrone. You remember those in the hallway?
Yeah.
Skinny Tyrone talking regulars, and I'm like, I'm a freshman.
Yeah.
He like a sophomore or junior. But Cheese, my big brother.
Yeah.
He just see a young dude I was hanging with the older niggas, but
Yeah.
he can't figure out how the fuck this nigga keep always being around.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
who was opening this door? Everybody love him. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
he
yeah.
come around. He with
Try to
bullshit.
play. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so he really on some jealous, hating shit. But I'm in the middle of the hallway telling him, bro, fuck you, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's whatever you want to do. Like,
Trying
cause
to
at this
start that
time,
shit, man.
Yeah.
cause I'm like, shit, my brother right here.
Yeah.
You just talk crazy to me.
Yeah.
I gotta talk crazy to
Yeah,
you. I gotta
yeah,
take
yeah.
it far as letting you know,
Yeah.
nigga, I got a gun in my backpack, nigga.
Yeah.
I'll shoot you right now, bitch.
Yeah.
Guess what he do? Look
What?
at Tony. Man, Tony, oh, man, you know this little nigga, bro. He always talking shit. That's what Tony said. Yeah. Smiling. That's my brother. That's your brother. Oh man, tell him to just relax, man.
Get
Tell
your
him
brother,
calm.
man.
Ah, now you want to be
This
friends.
shit.
But the whole time, I didn't even have to take it there. I was just feeling like at that time
You
I had
had-
to prove a
did
point.
you feel like you
'cause
had
my
to?
brother was right there.
You had to overcompensate so as not to lose face in front of somebody that you respected.
Yes,
You,
like,
you couldn't
I
have
looked up
Tony look down on you.
Right, I couldn't go to the house and try to be hard against him, and he'd be like, "You were saying this shit again."
Exactly.
You got me fucked
You
up.
couldn't run out and Tony throwing it back in your
I said it
face.
to him too, nigga.
Yeah.
So you gotta go extra hard.
I got to.
Yeah,
And
that's the
then
only-
not only do I gotta go extra hard because I know I can't go home and like face the music like, man,
Yeah.
my little brother, a weak ass nigga. Nah,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna embarrass my brother,
Yeah.
but I know my brother right here.
Yeah.
So of course I'm gonna be
and you
extra.
know,
Yeah,
the chances of losing have dropped
yes,
dramatically.
If I spring on you,
It's
you
over
whooped.
with.
Like I don't even have to hit you again.
Yeah,
So,
I just hit you one time.
So Tasha, what do you say to that? So based off of everything
God.
so
I'm listening.
this is what did I call this in a different thing? Not a male bonding ritual, but almost a male rite of passage in some sense. What do you think of JJ's reaction to this guy in the hallway of high school? He cannot lose face in front of someone he respects.
Okay.
And once again, we do not lose. This is just in the mindset of most young men. I'm not gonna lose. It just does not occur to them.
As ain't got nothing to do with no
I'ma say-
color.
As a young
that's
woman-
just in a man, like
What is
period.
that?
I would say 3 things because first thing I can't relate entirely to the mentality
Okay.
of a 17-year-old man because me at
Right.
17 was completely
Yeah,
opposite.
the
Polar
world was
opposite.
different
Okay.
too.
So that's gonna be kind of hard for me to relate to. But second thing, if it was say, and this would probably never happen. Say it was like you and Reggie in
Right.
the same scenario.
Right.
I don't think, and not that you wouldn't, but I don't think you would let anyone talk crazy to him, just like you wouldn't let anyone talk crazy to me.
Right.
So I feel like it would have only gone so far with little buddy in the hallway before Tony stepped in, like, "Hey, back up! This is my little brother. You ain't gotta be talking to him crazy, like, cause that's just
no.
that
Hold on,
protective. That's just that protective instinct of an older sibling protecting their younger sibling. You're going to look out for them no matter what.
Right,
You know,
right.
regardless of whatever situation they put them in, it doesn't matter. This is my like Dr. Dre and his little brother and Shannon Compton. He always getting into fights, but at the end of the day, that's still my little brother. I gotta look out for him.
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah.
Third thing, I get why you have to feel you have to assert your dominance as well as, territory. You have to protect your area. So even if, when y'all were going to the opposing neighborhood and asserting your dominance there, they had to retaliate in order to protect their area. Just like y'all would have retaliated if the roles were reversed. So I get that. And I guess that is a bit animalistic because that's what animals do. They protect their territory, they protect their people, they protect themselves. So that all kind of makes sense to me as far as why you would do it. I just know that I personally wouldn't do it because I'm not a hormonal teenage boy. But
Hey, Tosh, and to add on to
Go ahead.
that, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, it's over with, it's said and done, you feel me? I pray a lot now, I ask for forgiveness about a lot of things, and this is one of the things that I ask God to forgive me on, because this boy did nothing wrong. He just said something I didn't like.
Right.
So I felt like, no, you disrespected me. It was something simple, like, you got a fork on your shirt. How simple that was, it led to that.
Yeah.
He said something simple that I just felt like you disrespected me, and this is my brother.
Right.
And the fact that you said that you don't care about me or my brother, like you don't respect neither one of us.
Right.
So now I feel like I got a sense of defensive,
You
defensive.
got defensive.
But at the same time, he didn't know y'all were brothers either. So he could have just said that to any random person walking down the hallway with Tony.
But JJ's
my
thing
reaction
is
is based because he was there.
Yeah.
I could have said, "Nigga, fuck you."
Yeah.
If we was there by ourselves, like, nigga,
Yeah.
I felt like I took it an extra mile because I felt like my brother was right there. The fact that he didn't say anything lets me know he's on some old, what you gonna do?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So now
That's
this
really
what I'm
how
gonna
you watch
do.
the
Like,
situation.
hold on. Like, okay, you giving me the
right,
flow.
right.
Let me see what I can do. So, that's why that transpired the way it did, because like I could have easily avoided that. A lot of things are avoidable. It's like we said, it's just a sense of mental, I cannot lose. Like, I gotta be the best. I gotta be better than you.
You gotta be on top.
Yes, if you were my family, we riding. And then, like I said, the way we grew up and the way we were so close, like, I seen this at a young age. I think, like, my moment of, like, memory when it first kick-started, I forgot what word y'all was using on episode 1 when y'all was talking about memory and y'all like memories and stuff like that. Like my first like literal vivid memory is me and Cheese and Fun Company at Warner Elementary.
Yeah.
This little boy kept on playing and this and that. It's called Cheese ugly. Cheese called him ugly. He said your mama. Man, Tony beat him up. Tony beat him up,
First
bro.
thing you remember.
Yes, bro. Like that's like one of my first like real vivid like memories. Like it's real live. And I remember seeing my brother roll on the floor with this dude. He like 8, I'm like 5. You feel me? So he on top of the little boy punching him, and he look up at me. Yeah. And the look that I felt, he didn't say anything, but the look I looked in his eyes was, nigga, you ain't gonna know. So I started kicking the little boy in the head.
He talking about your mama too.
I mean, like, you know.
Oh, man.
I mean, we kids, so I'm pretty sure we didn't just damage them, but that's like the real first vivid memory.
Yeah.
And the fact that memory was a family, you know, my brother, that was a bondage moment. Like, that was like a blood oath to me. Like, you know, like, that's how I gotta be growing up. I have to look out for my brother gonna look out for me. I gotta look out for my cousins, my sister. If you my family, I'm dying for you, point blank. There's no questions asked. Right. So, you know, it's just, that's where it started at though.
Let me ask this. I got 2 questions because as we are running extensive into this particular episode, I got 2 questions that I want to make sure that we touch on. This kind of thing that we've stumbled into of these young men having this philosophy or this mindset of I don't lose, or we don't lose, or we cannot be defeated. This not even confidence, but just this invincible mindset, and this overwhelming sense of pride and honor, almost like
sprinkle a little bit of arrogance in there too.
Definitely sprinkle a little bit of arrogance, ego. But I would say it almost comes with this sense of pride and honor. I might be stretching like this little warrior pride that these young guys run around with, and that this sense of like victory will be ours. Right. Do you think that has anything to do with being young and black and coming up the way that we do, or do you think that is just a kind of a universal thing with all young men, just maybe in American culture? Do you think it's like, you know, other cultures look at Americans as like cowboys, right? So do you think it's just like an American cowboy thing of I don't lose, or do you think it is more of a specific thing for young hood?
Yeah, men? that's more of you are what your environment is. If little Poo Poo and Pookie them, or whoever you want to call you as the names, them dudes been in that neighborhood since you was 7, 8 to the time you 18. They big homies now. You feel me? So the way that they lived, you were inspired by that. You feel me? They stood on the corner every day. You stood on the corner with them. It becomes a thing where your mind trained to, I'm going to go ahead and stand on the corner every single day. But you see brothers come out the house with suit and, you know what I'm saying, tied up, you know what I mean, getting in nice cars. You going, man, I want to be like that. So eventually you will work and get you a nice car. It's all based on, like, you know what I mean? Every now and then you got those statistical anomalies where they grow up in that rough ass neighborhood and that was enough for them to get out and become the dude with the tie on. You know what I mean? Bring that change to other neighborhoods. Bringing that to other avenues or what it may be or whatever.
I guess what I'm asking is the mindset that made JJ turn up on Skinny Tyrone in the hallway, and the mindset that made Gene go from 0 to 60 because of the comment of the fork on his shirt, and the mindset that made everybody in Preston Taylor hop in them 3 cars and go back to this neighborhood, and it never occurred to them that they might be ready. You know what I mean? It might be an ambush. That it never occurred that Jeff knowing, oh, I'm here and my brother's here, there's no way we can lose to this dude. You know what I mean? Those mindsets of we cannot lose and you will not, you know what I mean, disrespect me. No. Do you think that those things are, because, and I say it because of this, we might get smarter and we might stop doing things that are blatantly disregarding some things, but you're not going to lose that.
Right.
In the back of your mind, you still think that you are going to be victorious.
Right.
So like
Definitely.
I know
I do
JJ
stupid
has
shit every day.
transitioned job. I know Jeff has transitioned to a new job and he's killing it because his mindset is
I will not
wired
lose.
is to I will not lose.
Yeah.
And he has
Like,
a mindset of no one is better than me.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
right.
Shout out to my name on the wall. First month out of training. I just come through stepping on them folks. They mad at me like, what is he doing?
So do
Winning,
you
bitch.
do you think that's why I asked, do you think that is because of how we came up that mindset is bred? Or do
Yes,
you
it
think that's
is.
just a young man's thing?
I
You
think that's
see
a
what I'm
little
saying?
bit of both.
man,
I
how
think
you breathe.
because as a black man in America, you can't lose.
Right.
You have to
because
be
we already
on top.
s-
Exactly. There's
statistics. We're born losers.
Yeah, and there's already just like so much against you already that you have to be victorious in every single thing that you do.
You gotta have a lot of I don't give a fuck in your system too.
Yeah, and then also at the same time, I think that is a bit of American culture because Americans see themselves as so, top of the totem pole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they see
Yeah.
themselves as the best of the best in everything when that's not the case. But so it's a little bit of both, but I think for black men specifically, like they have to have that mentality and they want, kind of like with the interview with Daddy and Short. Like you want your kids to prosper and grow and be better than you.
Yeah.
You instill that in their minds early on that you are going to be better than me because you are better than me. You're better than your environment and the people in it and anything that influenced you to do, negative, whatever. You're better than that. You just have to keep telling yourself.
Yeah.
And then when you get out there and you get an opportunity to prove that you're better than whatever people are labeling you as, you're not going to hesitate to take advantage of it. Like, you're going to do everything you can to prove that you're better than the other person in the room.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
See, my plan is like I think it's a little bit of both. I feel like it's a little bit with anybody because you got girls that come from the same environment we came from. They
That's
more
true.
cutthroat than we is. They'll take you down quicker than the robber. They'll kill you quicker than the killer. They'll finesse you quicker than the car scammer. Like it's like go both ways. But I just feel like not only do I want to break that cycle, but to break that chain. When me and my little girl, she know how to play Connect 4. She know how to play Uno. Sometimes I let her win. Sometimes I beat her ass. Because I let her know
In the
you
game.
can lose.
Yeah.
Do not think life is about I win, I win, I win.
Right.
That is why I'm the way I am. And I'm remolding myself into now I know what I need to be, who I need to be, why I want to be.
Right.
This is the ultimate goal.
Right.
That's the mold and the shape that I'm taking now currently.
Right.
But if I had this mindset, well, damn, one day maybe I can lose. Back when I was younger, I wouldn't even did the stuff that I would have did that led me to who I am
Take so
today.
many losses.
Right.
You feel me?
But I take it on the chin, but I take a pat on the back because it made me who I am.
Right.
All those bullshit jobs I've been working, all those bullshit bosses I've been working, been leading me up to this. The fact that I know how to talk, the fact that I know how to carry myself around others, led me up to this. Led me up to this job where I'm talking to people, I'm helping people, I'm putting it down, and it's nothing to me. Everybody around me seems like, oh man, it's so hard to transition from this to this. But I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I came from hustling, selling a little this, doing good. If I can do this and you've been working all your life, like, whoa, this might be for me, okay? Like, this really might be my thing. So just, it's crazy just how your brain can just flip that switch like that. Like, you can go from doing the wrong shit, not thinking you just high and almighty, to being at the bottom of the totem pole, get your mind right, and then you growing. So I don't want my little girl to be spoiled and get yes to everything. Some days I might wake up and she might, Daddy, can I have a cookie? 7 o'clock in the morning. I'll be like, yeah. Then the very next day she'll do the same thing. No. She could be like, dang, you let me have one yesterday. Yesterday was a different day. Today we doing something different. That's not one of the things we doing. Deal with it. Let's move on. She'll deal with it and we move on to the next. Like, that's just the stuff I try to like just throw in every now and then with her, because I don't little girls are very spoiled, man.
Yeah.
And I don't want her to grow up thinking it's yes,
Yeah.
and somebody tell her no and she fuck them up on some. Because the world is changing, bro. They going from listen to this real quick, and I'm sorry if I'm talking too much.
No,
man.
go.
I'm excited. I said it on this podcast. It went from, y'all want to game me? I'll be right back.
Yeah.
People will leave, go get the strap, come back.
Yeah.
Right? That was that level.
Yeah.
Then it went from, the strap in the car. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. Let me go outside, then take it outside.
Yeah.
It went from that to, nigga, you ain't talking about nothing. You
in
can
the
get
building
shot right here.
Yeah. Right
it went
now.
from that to niggas getting shot in the building.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the fact that the levels are increasing rapidly, like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you gotta know how to navigate out
You
here.
gotta know how to do what you supposed to do that fits you.
Yeah.
Right. I never
Because
thought about it like that.
the wrong place at the wrong time is just a saying somebody made up.
Yeah.
You control your destiny, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You control the outcome. I'm not saying God is not real. I'm not saying God made everything. I love God. He created me, gave me this wonderful brain. But you control your destiny. You control where you go in life by the decisions that you make. So if I chose to go pick up my bandana and go out here on the block and post up what's up blood and nigga give me the packet, I can go do that right now. That's a decision I really can make.
Yeah.
But look what come with it. Look what I'm doing now after the decision I make. Look what's come with it. Nah, I'm cool with what I'm doing, Jay.
Yeah.
I like the decision making that I'm making because I see the consequences in it. What's the worst consequence from what I'm doing now? I get fired.
Yeah.
But what do I have to do to get fired?
Yeah.
I gotta miss work. I gotta bullshit. I gotta not do my job.
Yeah.
On the block, nigga, you can go to jail for being on the block.
Yeah. True.
You ain't even gotta have the pack yet, my nigga.
Yeah.
You just on the block posted. Real, what you doing out here? Where your ID? You ain't got one. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, damn, like
You
that
gonna go to
quick.
jail,
Like,
yeah.
bro,
You gonna
nah,
go to
bro.
jail.
It's all about the decisions we make, man. I chose to change my outcome because I seen where I was headed.
Yeah.
I seen I was going down a bullshit road. I seen I was fucking up. I was trying to prove points to myself that didn't even need to be proven. I was trying to prove I was an alpha male, but I'm an alpha male.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. I'm trying to make the mirror show me when it's already showing me. So I was blinded by myself. You feel what I'm saying? But now that I'm woke and now that I'm like aware of things now, and I got a child, so I carry myself totally different. Like people see me be like, "What up, bro? Damn, I ain't seen you in about 5-6 years. I know you still got it on you." That. Look, yes, how you doing? I'm still that guy, but that switch is off right now. Right? I have a 5-year-old with me. Yes, I have it on me, and I will kill you because of this. Not because of a color no more. Not because of this. I kill you for my respect. It's a respect thing now. Like, okay, you know I'm what I am, and you is what you is, and you see me with my child. Don't play like that. Cause I'll show my child who I am, and she'll know. Like, damn, my dad ain't playing. Like, but who wants to do that? You know what I mean? Decision making. So why put myself in that decision? Why still live like that when I know I have a child and she loves to go everywhere? Like, you know, like it's nowhere we don't take her to. You know what I mean? So what I look like being still out here in the streets ripping and running, and I gotta go to Walmart 3 o'clock in the morning to grocery shop. Right. Because I can't be out because Lil Ray Ray and Pookie they dumping on me every time. I gotta keep switching rental car. No, bro, I'm not doing that, bro. I got this glizzy and my 5-year-old. She eat motherfucking bubble pops, and we chilling at the park. Like, just let us be and let us be peaceful and
living life and enjoying life.
Let us get wealthy, man. You know, y'all can keep the famous stuff, man. But I'm just happy that we talked about this and this all transpired because I be needing to vent sometimes. Like,
I'm glad you came
crazy how I used to be. Like, y'all don't understand. Every picture had to be a gang sign. Every piece of clothes had to be red. You feel me? Like, no, I want a Glock only. I want the long clip. I want plenty shots. I was telling Kiara, we seen Herb. Herb from New Orleans. Shout out Herb. We seen Herb. We seen what's happening, bitch. He gave it a ball, boy. Kiara tripping like, how you know him? I said, listen, baby. I was 14 years old with a 357 in my possession, riding with this man.
Yeah.
He taking me to pull up on his peoples. He got a little gal he used to talk to. He looked at me like little nephew.
Yeah.
All the time. I'm a kid in his eyes. I'm 14, 15. But I got a 357 on me and he don't even know it. Because I'm out here in the mix. I'm doing stuff. I get out the car, go in the store, get back in the car, Tasha on my mama, 12 bullets slid straight out my pocket.
Oh my God.
I had a reload. I had a revolver, Tasha.
I know what a revolver is.
It's not a clip you put in.
Yeah.
Those are single bullets. I had extras.
Yeah.
Like that's just the decisions I was making.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What the fuck, youngin? You can't live like that, right? You gotta chill." That's when I first got introduced to the cutting that switch on and off.
Right.
Because he's from New Orleans. He for real.
Like,
Like he said, like my first one was at 12.
Yeah.
This is not what you want.
Right.
It come with nightmares, it come with demons, it come with other type of spirits you don't want to deal with. You know, like that's that talk we had.
Yeah.
And this is coming from somebody not in my family.
Right.
So I took heed to that conversation very aggressively because you don't have to tell me this.
Yeah.
You don't have to look out for my best interest.
Right.
You showing me a sign of loyalty. That's why I hugged him the way I did. Like you woke me up in a different way and you don't even know it. You feel me? So, that's why I applaud y'all so much because y'all got a lot to do with my upbringing so much and y'all don't even know it, bro. Like, shit crazy. Like, man, I keep it cool because I'll be like, okay, Big Nate, keep it cool in this situation. But then I want to fight because I know, okay, Cheese will put hands on this nigga in this situation. Then I just go straight doing it where it's like, y'all go home. Go over there with them and start some trouble. Like, nah, they done did one too many things. I'm gonna go over there. Y'all just leave. If I go to jail, come bomb me out. Like, damn. But those are the modes that I program myself to. That's how I cope with life now. Like, I got a Dooney mode, a Cheese mode, and a Big Nate mode. You know what I mean? And that's just, ain't no telling who you'll get. I might wake up feeling like Dooney, go to sleep feeling like Big Nate. Like, cool, calm, on my feet crossed, watching TV with the kids. Might want to rip and run all night like doing it. Like, you just never know, man. But that's what I've accommodated myself to instead of making the decisions based off, oh, man, I'm finna do this because I got to. I'm finna do this because I got to. I'm like, damn, hold on. Let me put somebody else in my situation real quick who don't even live like this. Nah, they gonna feel like this is bullshit. They gonna feel like it ain't even worth going back over there doing. Fuck this shit. Right. You feel me? Like, so I just try and balance what I do and what I don't do now instead of just saying, fuck it. Like he said, everybody got that fucking in their system. Yeah. Can you control it? Right. Living and learning and kind of growing from those experiences. Every L is not just a loss, but it's a lesson. Oh, yeah. A big lesson.
Yeah. So
real big lesson.
One last thing is, so one big part of Gunsmoke is Juvenile's 400 Degrees. So when I'm in the car and that 400 Degrees is playing and I hear them lines, I'm be running with these killers and backing down. I'm gonna look in front of my people like a clown. And I still listen to 400 Degrees. Sometimes the whole album, is perfect. I still listen to that album sometimes. And just for you guys, has there ever been a moment in your life where you have a song that has just spoken to you in a moment in time? So, like, has there ever been just something was happening in life and then just a song came on and almost just was the soundtrack to that moment in your life at that time, and you was like, oh man, I felt like, they wrote this song for me for this moment. You got one, Cheese?
Yep. Then that Pastor Troy.
Oh, okay.
Did, my nigga, fuck what you say.
Ain't no more playing GA. Yeah.
Take it to another level, man.
Yeah.
Especially back in them days, though. You feel me, man? That song come on, but I'm ready to fight.
What about you, Tasha?
I'm thinking something makes me.
I know you're a big.
Please come back.
What's his
name?
That put me on go mode.
Yeah, I mean,
that just put
the
me on
only
go
thing
mode.
that I can really. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And that now though is that Dolph. They get paid young. I don't care what.
Yeah.
Where I'm at, bro.
My
shoulders gonna start moving. My shoulders gonna start moving whenever that song come on. I'm like, shout out Dolph for that one, boy, because he was.
He killed
was
that.
one with that one.
What about you, Jill? You got a.
Man, I got a couple actually.
It's the song that just speaks to your soul.
Man, see, like, I don't, like, my memory bank sort of kind of off because I got a lot of memories coming from when I was doing all the other shit, you know what I mean? So, but I'm just saying, like, it's all relatable, though, but, like, one of the songs that came on actually is a Tupac, Holla at Me. And it's one of my favorite songs, actually, because that was, like, when my first encounter with Smoke. Like, you know, like, I know for a fact this nigga got a problem with me. You know what I mean? I know, like it's been understood. You know what I mean? When all the scene show and all the smash, and it's up now. Like, basically, in the new kids' words, it's up. So I'm riding with the homie one time, and he was like, man, whatever happened with that situation, so I was like, shit, it is what it is. You know, when I see him, it's on, I'm squeezing. He was like, for real, and I was like, yeah, you feel me, it's that. He was like, oh, say no more. When I said, you know, now I done green light. Now he finna tell the other homie, just, now it's a problem. Man, we riding. I was like, man, fuck that. I don't want to talk about that nigga shit. That nigga see me shit. You better get up with me, you feel me? Because I'm getting on, like, it's on with me, so he better get up with me. Man, he was like, fuck all that, man. Come back up the radio, bro. Fuck that nigga. We cut the radio. Guess what song coming on? Niggas out there jealous. And you know what that did. Come back to the book. Because that's what the podcast is about. Back to the book. When he said they was riding music, raging, they swerving lane to lane. That's what the feeling that they was getting. That energy was transferring from the music to them. They was hype and in warrior la 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 mode. So that's the y'all theme music at the time. So when we talking about the Smoke, and then this song come on, it's like, nigga, it's we killing this nigga, like, he gotta get dealt with, like, hell nah, this is perfect. Man, what? We be blowing down.
What? I'm gonna go play that. That's Tupac. What about you?
Gotta be careful.
Well, I'm gonna give you two different things because you mentioned 400 Degrees. When I was in high school marching band, we played 400 Degrees, like, and that was like one of our march songs, and that was always a song that everybody was so excited to do because you knew that meant war. You know what I'm saying? That was our start off song. When we battle in another band, that's how you know we mean business. So that was like that one right there. But the more relatable one for me, it was kind of like in my first couple of years at Belmont, and I was like, it was difficult mentally because I was getting out of my comfort zone. And I was doing things that I never thought.
On top of pressure.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really from Kid Cudi, actually. It was this song called Red Eye. And the chorus goes, things getting crazy. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I don't know what to do. And I'm just like, man, I can feel that. Like, it was just so much.
Spoke to you.
Yeah, it was just so much going on at that time. That I needed something to, like, relate to. And then that's when that album dropped. So I listened to that album religiously, like every single day, just to help me get through my school day. And it helped because it was like, I'm not the only person in the world that's going through this right now. I have people in my classes with me, and they were struggling, and you know, other students I meet on campus, they going through it, and you know, crazier things got. Like, I kept hearing about people committing suicide on campus, and it's just like, this is terrifying. So I was in a really dark place mentally, and I was scared, but I also got through it because I knew I wasn't the only person having to deal with it. So and that album really helped me, like, push through my first, like, 2 years at Belmont. I was like, okay, I can do this. This is
who did the Kid Cudi?
Kid Cudi.
Shout out Kid Cudi. You're my cousin, my guy. For sure.
Okay, so we will go ahead and wrap up episode 4 of A Poor Excuse for a Podcast. This was Gunsmoke, and I appreciate the family for coming out, man. It was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. And once again, thank y'all for joining us at A Poor Excuse for a Podcast. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Yeah. I'm all in the list. Chain like Tim. I'm all in the list. Chain like Tim. I'm all in the list. chain like tip, multicolored diamond, this chain. It's all about in the mix. Chain like tip, all about in the mix. Chain like tip, all about in the mix. Chain like tip, multicolored diamond, this chain.
Okay, I ball in the licks, chain like tip, multicolored diamond, shine, bliss, love boy, list, snitch and get your stitches, trapping to the day break and that'll get you riches, money that make your pants fall, that'll get you bitches, fucking with my plans now, that'll get you missing, I see you ice grilling, I ain't tripping, yeah my shoes tied, I'm fucking with the mob and I ain't never fucking with you, choose wise the best way, pour the tech spray, ain't gon' be no talk today, so I suggest you walk away and keep my name about your mouth, hang your nose out my business, I don't wanna have to pop nobody's children, bitch, I'm a savage, explain to your daddy, I burned you over money, see your son had a habit, man I got to have it, money over everything, itch your trigger finger, boy, I shoot you over anything.
Ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, multicolored diamond, this chain. It's all ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, multicolored diamond, this chain.
It's cheesy, little mama, can I holler for a minute? Yeah, my window slightly tinted, but you still see me in it. Got a wood grain finish, know my rims ain't rented. Like my music up high with a little bass in it. I'm so rock wild up, bumper clot rude boy. My neck stay fresh, so I gotta keep a tool boy. Work coming in, yes, I gotta make a move boy. Law ain't playing, get the goddamn cool boy. I'm the future, no I can't get knocked. I gotta climb to the top, you know I can't be stopped. But you can still get popped. 30-30 of the Glock, see it really don't matter, homie. Bullets still hot, yeah. Easy run the spot, Nate R run the business. Bookie in the kitchen like a project chemist. Box be behind the wall, Dilly Dill the man to call. Spring holes for the fall, fuck it, run through the mall.
Ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, multicolored diamond, this chain. It's all ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, multicolored diamond, this chain.
Look, I'm a fool, blues clues match my shoes. It's getting hot on the block, but my chain keeps me cool. And niggas call me queso, but I prefer cheesy. Believe me, rockin' red rubies ain't easy. Plus I'm in the drop, glass in the pot, get it to the spot, and open up shop. Make my money go and cop a new watch. So much ice in that bitch, it don't even tick tock. Fuck you, baby, yeah.
Nigga, it's official.
Rolling on 24s with some
Perp and a pistol.
murk cause I missed her. You know my name, cheesy, bang bang, yeah.
Bang, bang.
Chain swing, bitches ball a star. Ain't no catch me after school, I'ma meet you in your yard. Dream team go hard, yeah. Pull a nigga card, got
Till around my neck, the rest I spent on hard. Ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, multicolored diamond, this chain. It's all ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, ball in the list, chain like tip, multicolored diamond.